Hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. In this episode, I think it's about time we add a more clear, distinctive highway to this region. As we've tried to deal with in the last couple of episodes, the traffic in here isn't getting any better, and it's pretty clear that we need better connections between and across cities. So I think the best solution to that would be to have a highway that services maybe these 6 cities at the moment. And so we can have it start over here in Huntsville, bring it up in between these 4 cities, where it can then branch off like this, and then have it come in and connect to Corpus Christi. So we have some one-lane highways here, as well as some intersections that we can use to our advantage. So what I'm going to do first is lay out the highway, sort of the main spine of the highway that we want, and so that'll run probably like this. I'm aware that this road might get used more for Alexandria to Corpus Christi traffic, but we might delete this if traffic continues to flow through Alexandria from Huntsville and Mesquite. Alright, so here we have sort of the main highway in. You can see it cuts all the way through, runs along this mountain for a little bit, and then runs out over to Corpus Christi out here. So there's a lot that needs to be worked on, such as connections to the other cities and how it's connecting to the roads and fixing the connections that we cut off. I think the first thing we need to do is put in our interchanges. So here's one that we're going to need, because we need one that'll go between Alexandria and Mesquite. So this one, we can pull back these roads quite a bit, and then we can come in here, take a look at our street constructions, and let's just see if we can get this to fit. So we're going to want to rotate it in roughly the right direction. It's probably not going to be perfect, and so I think we can settle on something like this. So we'll place this down just like that. We'll have to obviously come in, smooth out all this terrain around it, as it's sort of messed up the terrain quite a bit. So now that we've smoothed this all out, we can fix these connections, and we can move on to the next one, which is over here. So this one's going to be a little bit harder to place in, and I'm not exactly too sure yet how we're going to squeeze this one in. So we'll have to delete this road a good bit, just like that. And we can see we do have issues trying to place this, which is pretty much what we expected. So I think we're gonna level out a lot of this terrain. There's gonna be some pretty severe changes coming in here, but I'm gonna flatten this all out, and then we'll come back and see if we can get this to fit. Alright, so we can get this road to fit like this. So I think we'll go with what we can get here. We'll place that down just like that. And again, this is going to need some pretty severe fixing of the landscape and terraforming, as this just cuts right into the side of this mountain, and we definitely don't want that cliff edge along here. Alright, so now we have this interchange in, and this should pretty much be the last interchange that we need for now. The rest is just connecting the roads back up and connecting the ends to each city. So let's come back here. This one's a little bit easier to deal with. So we'll come in here and delete. We'll pull back these roads a good bit so we can connect it up more naturally here. And then we have to think about how we want the highway to connect up between Mesquite and Alexandria. Alright, so we've cleared the path pretty much, and we can now come in here and get this connection up, and I think that looks pretty good. We just need to get it to stop doing these weird connections. And I think this looks okay, so we'll do that. And then now we can come in, connect these up. We might have to pull these back one or two more, just so it looks a bit more natural. So that can connect up there. This one can connect up there. And then we'll just flip this road so we have them going the right way. So now we have this connected up going across. Now we need to figure it out going this way. So we'll pull this back a little bit. And then looking down here, we need to figure out the best way to sort of connect these into a single road. Now I'm not sure how best to do this. Maybe if we try some way, we pull this back, maybe we can get it to connect without issue. And I think actually what we're gonna do is let's put in a roundabout over here. So I think a roundabout might be a good way to ease the traffic coming in here. So we can place this down pretty much right here where we need it. And then we can connect this road up to it. Although we might have to come back, make it a bit more natural. So that can connect up there. Actually, we'll want this to come a little bit the other way. So we'll have it turn. And then connect right about here. This one can connect up here. And then we can bring in our highway to connect like this and have this connection come off and connect this way. So it's not the greatest looking connection, but I think it will work a lot better than maybe a traffic light or any other intersection we would have there. And then I think we sort of want the same thing over here, unless we can try to get a connection to work. Alright, so I think we're gonna have to put another roundabout in here. This one maybe we'll make it a little bit larger. And then we can have the big road connect up just like that. And we can have our highways. If we just extend these over, like this, and then they can connect up to the roundabout here. Alright, so now this is functioning. We have connections between Mesquite, Alexandria, and pretty soon Huntsville once we add the end up over here. Now we need to figure out the same thing here for our connection into Louisville and into Clearwater, where it's pretty much going to be the same deal, although it's definitely going to be harder due to our terrain restrictions. So we'll delete some of these roads, pull a lot of them back, and I think we're going to have to level out some more ground so we can make this easier for us. Alright, so now we have the connections into Clearwater with this roundabout here, and Louisville with this roundabout here. It's not the best looking thing, but at this point I'd rather get the traffic issue fixed before we begin focusing on making it look good. But I do actually kind of like how the cliff edge here is. It's probably not realistic, but I do think this looks really cool. How we just have this massive cliff right at this highway interchange. Alright, and I think we might just need one more connection here for the connection up here to the fuel refinery, and this connection into Clearwater. Although this road isn't necessarily needed, we might just have the highway avoid it. So we'll come in here, we can connect this back up to this road. Actually, let's connect the highway up first. So we'll connect this back up to there, and connect this up to that connection. And now we can focus on maybe bridging over the highway. I think this high should be good enough. We'll flatten it out going across, and then this can come down, and we can try to get it to connect somewhere that doesn't look terrible. Hopefully. There we go. So now this doesn't look too bad, and this just might have to follow along and connect up down here or something along those lines. So now we can think about how this is going to get into Corpus Christi, and I think maybe this road here is going to be our main road. So we can come in, increase the radius just a little bit. We'll want to come in and increase this road. We'll probably want to clear some of this out so it gets to this main road here. And then we'll pretty much be done with this highway once we connect this up. So we'll bring this trade in. And I think this intersection probably wouldn't be too bad. We got some weird houses sitting on there, but then we can upgrade some more of these roads just to help better facilitate movement through the city. So I think that'll be good. We just need to connect this road to the roundabout and connect up the highway. So there's that connection, and then we can get this connection in right here. So now I believe all that's left to do is flip the direction of this road, remake the connection that was once here So we'll want to bring this over, and eventually this will connect up here. We could probably just downgrade that to a simple road like that. And I believe everything's connected back up except for here. We need to redo this connection. And this connection here. So let's see if we can get this to connect up without an intersection, which we can't. So instead, let's try to keep it underground if possible. That doesn't seem like an option. Let's see if we can bridge over it. This might be an option. There we go. So we'll just have to bring that around. And now that's connected up. That bridge looks decent. And now we can bring this road through so that it can then reconnect to here. So this might not solve all of our issues. We have to connect this up. I forgot about that. So the way we want to connect this, I think, would maybe be upgrading this road here. Let's try to get this so it's not being blocked by the train. I think having a major road coming out of this city like this, we don't want it to be getting blocked by the road or by the train in any way. So we can come through, do that. We can slowly raise it up. And then delete some of these roads back more so it looks a bit more natural, and then bring it out here where we can have yet another roundabout like this, and then connect this up to our highway. Alright, so now hopefully when I press play, we won't get tons of errors, and this should start to work pretty smoothly. So we do have an issue. Some of these trucks got stuck on the road over here, so we're just gonna have to connect that up, delete this tiny bit of road, and do that. There we go. I don't think any of our connections were broken with this highway, and hopefully we'll start to see them using it more than these other roads that we have running through. Alright, so this roundabout right now is pretty much chaos, but I think that's just all the traffic sort of updating that was on these roads. We definitely need to let it flow through and clear up a little bit before it really starts to show its efficiency. One thing I just realized we forgot to do is connect this part of the highway. So hopefully that doesn't cause too many issues. We'll just quickly connect this up and we'll let that go. Okay, so when we come into our destinations layer, we can see the highway is starting to get used more often than it was before. You can see we're slowly reaching numbers in the 30s, slowly increasing as everything updates. And clearly, some of these roads are getting used a lot more than others. This whole intersection is still just chaos at the moment, but it does seem to be clearing up. Nothing's really at a standstill at the moment. Even though we do have a ton of backed up traffic, I think that was just because we had this severed connection here. And we also have this issue still. We might get rid of the bus lane. I'm not too sure yet. We'll just have to see. Let's just get rid of that. Right here. Just so we can get as many cars as possible out of this part of the city, or this part of the highway. Alright, so it seems as if most of our traffic issues are almost cleared up entirely. We still have some lingering issues with Clearwater. If we check the traffic layer, this road's no longer really backed up and traffic filled. It seems like a lot of this traffic's trying to go into the city. We might need to sort that out. And this road between Alexandria and Clearwater's starting to clear up a little bit. I think it might just be some pathing and routing issues. And then this road still is getting very much used, and that's mainly people coming in to Clearwater. Hopefully not through Clearwater at this point, with access to the highway. But we'll continue to keep an eye on this. I do believe this highway is a good step up compared to what we had before. So I'm gonna say that this is successful. Hopefully we can leave our traffic alone for just a little bit and we can get back to moving cargo and working on larger passenger train networks. But we'll keep looking back on this. That'll be all for this episode. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions or feedback, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.